Okay, gang, here we go again. This is Sarah with Instacart Pearls of Wisdom, and just a little, daily update of what happens. Yesterday, I didn't do any gig work because I was working my job at the grocery store as a Doug drive up and go. And when I got there, there were two orders in the queue. And so I did the first one with her and the second one all by myself. Now there's a whole bunch of computer stuff and printing labels and storing the freezers. It's called ambient if it's not to be chilled or frozen. Where it sits on the shelves, dog food cans and all that. And um, and so it was quite an experience. And there's so much more to grocery stores than you or I ever need to know, but it's kind of interesting, and it was a slow day for everybody. So it was just kind of interesting to eyeball all the staff and directors, managers, and who does what. So it was good. I'll tell you one thing though: if you want to whittle your waist, in addition to getting some physical exercise, even more than Instacart, those carts that they use, they're very easy to maneuver. They've got that same, they're very lightweight, but they're very wee all over the place, like they need a rudder. But I find that, you're doing a lot of this. And so the hips and waist and belly probably get a good workout. Just saying, as a woman who's always like wanted the flat belly all her life, right? So, and they have like little tubbies. Actually, they're more like the grocery carts, the little baskets, and you have to put them in certain ones. And when we use our phone for scanning for Instacart or the other app stuff, it's a different aim. You aim kind of from the top here, and so you aim, and it's kind of the idiot proof, which I always like for the item. And then it's got the substitutions and the out of stock. They don't like to deal with out of stocks there. The substitutions are much more lenient, and we do them, without like stopping the world and calling people and customers choice and Instacart recommends. So it's kind of like works well. Like I had somebody wanted bacon and they wanted the applewood smoked. They didn't have it. Jimmy Dean bacon. Jimmy Dean bacon. And you think I don't have a past? I danced with Jimmy Dean's son at a prep school dance when I was in the 10th grade. Oh, really? That's who you're listening to today. My brush up with celebrity fame back in the day. Anyway, so they didn't have that. They only had the hickory, and so you just make the substitution. At the end, you print out their order, and you have to do all the highlighting of all the substitutions that you do, and it goes on the top of their delivery blah blah info, which is kind of like their register receipt. But the drive up and go is interesting. There's no fees tacked on. They don't charge you for all of this work that they're doing. They're just, it's just a great competition for Instacart because they do it for nothing. And all those parking spaces that you see dedicated to the drive up and go, and all those freezers and all of the clicks, the phone type apps and stuff, very expensive gear to set up and not charge the customer anything. They get all the same deals, rebates, or buy BOGOs and all of that kind of stuff. So it was interesting. But that cart is a little wily. It's a wily one. And but I enjoyed it. The place is freezing. So I ordered some fingerless gloves yesterday on Amazon, so I'll have them for my next shift because I have Renault's, and so if any of you have that, when your hands get cold, it's game over. And so it gets better with more people in the store, but that early in the morning at 6 a.m. when it's had the whole night to chill, oh yeah, baby, it's cold. So anyway, I did that, and next week I only have 6 hours at the store. So she gave me the Sunday shift, and here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, it's time and a half on a Sunday. So it really matches, what you'd make for gig work. I did get an email from Uber yesterday as well that on June, well, let me see. Yesterday, no, 2 days ago, they've lifted the restrictions, so they will be having surges. And so I experienced surges. I know that Pedro has had surges with his Uber and saw as much as a $42 surge. I've seen it at a beachfront bar in Wellfleet, which is like 45 miles away, one day when I just got pulled down there. Each Uber ride took me further and further down the Cape. That was quite incredible. But so surges at the ferries. When the ferries get here, getting the people um, off the ferries and like to the airports or to the car rental or to the buses when they come in from Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. So Uber was just letting us know that surges are back. And so that's good. Nice to have little spiffs on our driving. So I think I've assembled a routine for my gig work, and Grubhub sent me a thing that now we can do just on-demand shopping, and it says finish your application. So I go to finish the application, and it says we'll be in touch. So I guess that's their version of saying, you're still on a waiting list. I don't know. So my income flow right now is going to be the Uber Eats, the Uber People, Instacart, and Doug, along with being a landlady. So it's nice I have the four options. So my little routine, tons of people always, when I did Uber People before, start at like 5:30 in the morning. They have to get to their shifts. A lot of home health aid, like private homes as well as nursing facilities. And so there's a great demand at that point too. But plus, a lot of the places open up early where people don't have cars to get to. I know that I did a lot. There's this Caribbean restaurant. It always smells so divine. And a lot of people going there, they don't have cars. They might be J1s just here for the season. So they need transportation. And I'm not sure if like the owners of these companies pay for their J1 workers from Jamaica and other places to get to and from their work, but they seem to not be too worried about it, although their whole paycheck would go to it. So I look forward to the people part, and then when that slows down, I'll use the Edge for that, and then when it slows down, I'll go to the Camry for the Uber Eats and the Instacart. Instacart continues to amaze with lowball batches and no tips, low tips. It like, where's this coming from? I haven't looked at my rating today, but it was 4.98 the last time I looked. So digging out of that hole, and I want to do an entire video to the customers explaining how that rating just affects us. I mean, it's just, I'm sure their mouths would drop and they'd begin to like really have some compassion for us. And recently, whatever video I did, there was a lot of compassion from customers of Instacart along with us as shoppers towards Instacart, because they aren't necessarily fair to them. I mean, Instacart is greedy and wants all their money and their fees and their, whatnot. And they have no problem gaffing the customer. Let's just put it that way. I'd do the drive up and go before I'd do Instacart. And so the customers, they might get to a place too where they feel a little rebellious against all the money that Instacart's charging them. That's how they get them, and how they get us is with, no support and ratings. And it's like we're all these abused people. They're abused financially. We're abused ratings wise and support wise. And Instacart just, becomes this billion gazillion company off of our backs, off of the customers' backs and our backs. So it's kind of an interesting sort of thing. It's like, well, we're both in the same boat, customers and shoppers. Instacart isn't really working in our favor or their favor. And so I was kind of fascinated when I was starting to get some comments from, customers as well. It's like, look at that. Look at the bottom line on that. And I know that the stores don't like that either because they're getting gaffed with percentages of every single item. So, of course, when you see customer choice with the blue seal and then recommended by Instacart with the yellow seal, it's just to keep their profits coming in because they have a plan and it's to get every penny out of every person that they can. So it's all interesting, and I still love the shopping part too. So um, we'll see how all of this goes. It's kind of fun because I have a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday payday. Tuesday is Uber Eats and DoorDash. Wednesday is Instacart, and Thursday is the grocery store. So, teehee, it's just kind of fun. And yeah, so that's just my little report on gig work. Keep your gun handy and your powder dry is what I think about all of these gig work apps. You have to be so careful. It is it is walking on water, as Gary Instacart dude says. Walking on water to, put up with what Instacart doesn't do to us and for us, and trying to keep our customer rating up there high enough so we can see decent batches and, still keeping our esteem and our value in check and not doing low tip, no tip orders. It's crazy. So it's so great to have like plan B. If all you're seeing are $9 orders with, 17 items and it's a $7 batch with a $2 tip and it's like 4.5 miles away, it's like, no, ma'am, no, sir, but what can we do instead? Uber Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and lucky you that have other companies in your arsenal. Ship didn't like me, so I don't have them, but we don't have any of the other add-ons. I would do DoorDash and CVS with the pharmacies, with CVS and Walgreens till the cows come home. I like that kind of stuff because it's very Instacartish too, but most of it is allergy meds I'm seeing this time of year. So I wish I could just sign up for like the pharmacy runs. I like those. Anyway, we just keep doing what we're doing, but don't just be loyal to one app. They aren't loyal to you, right? So take care of yourselves. You want to keep that flow going and tuck it away for when who knows what happens next, because there's always a next in our gig world, right? So if you can do the Uber with people, by all means do it and enjoy that little surge. It's nice. Little spiffs along the way. I'll see you here the next time. This has been Sarah. Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. Bye-bye for now.